and welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I've mentioned a few times that I really like the Wii for light gun games, and I did a recent video where I talked about one downside of light gun games is if you want to play something with a bit more depth where you have to move around and maybe select things with the D-pad and stuff, the Zapper, is really just not going to do it. I mean, I love the Zapper. I call it Frank, and only gamers of a certain age are going to get that joke. But yeah, the problem with Frank is, D-pad, A button, all these things are a little bit hard to reach. Yeah, the trigger is fine, and the nunchuck is A-okay, but if you are playing a game with a bit of depth, you definitely have a problem if you want to try and reach any of these buttons up here. But this, again, I'm hoping, is going to be a solution. Now, I posted a little video not too long ago showing I had tried something else with a very funky looking light gun shell, which unfortunately, because of the design and check out that other video, it just isn't going to fit the bill. With a bit of luck, this will, because I've been watching or researching this particular gun shell, and I think it's actually going to answer my problems. Now, let's just unbox it and show you what it's all about. There we go. Okay, now we're getting something. Ah, yes, nice. This is Western Heroes, and this is the special boxed version that has, if I can get it out of here, a Winchester. Check that out. That is really, really nice. When assembled, and I'll do that now, but when assembled, it's a proper looking Winchester rifle type of a thing. It's got two pieces that just go together, and then the Wiimote goes in the top. And this is Western Heroes, which is a really nice light gun game with a cowboy theme. And, speaking of a cowboy theme, wait a second. There we go, that's a bit more appropriate now. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is Western Heroes that has a light gun game in it. And we're going to try that out. Now, I'm going to assemble the Winchester, and I hope this is going to meet up with what I'm hoping that it's going to do. But little side note about Western Heroes, this is from France, this particular boxed set. The reason I got it, it's only available in Europe, and the North American version of Western Heroes is called Gunslingers. Same game, but if you wanted to get the special boxed version of that game here in the West, no pun intended, it comes with like a pistol, and unfortunately most people say the pistol with the Wii remote added on the end of it makes it very kind of front heavy and it droops a lot. You can't get this Winchester design here in North America, and this is actually an unusually hard to find version of the Winchester controller that looks very, very real. That's maybe why you have to import it. I don't think they made this available in North America because it's such a real... I mean, when I assemble it, you're going to say it doesn't look that real, but, you know, that whole, like, at a quick glance, a policeman might think it is a real weapon, so let's just not sell that in North America, I think was their logic. Now, how am I going to play a PAL region? I don't know if you can make it out there, but it says right there, it's a PAL game. How am I going to play that here in North America? My Wii that I have in the retro room that you often see me playing on is actually, it's got the homebrew channel, and because of that, that means that I can actually use PAL region games in it. At least that's the theory. I'm going to try that later. But for now, let's put together this Winchester and try the sucker out. Alright, enough of the Wild West theme. Let's open this thing up. Now, I initially was trying to just open this because it's only been opened on the one side. This is still sealed, but if I yank on it, it doesn't want to come out, and you can see that handle's sort of stuck there too. So then I realized, oh, I just got to undo that and then slide this whole thing out. So there we go. Ooh, Oh wow, look at that. That is one nice looking gun. And of course the game itself, which I don't think has ever been played. It looks brand new. Take it out carefully. Yeah, that's still sealed actually. But it's going to be getting some play, so yeah, Western Heroes, I hope it'll run on my machine. However, the pièce de résistance is this rifle. Now, the nice thing is, there's 3 versions of this thing. I'm gonna put it all together in a second, but there are 3 versions. One, it's all like I don't know, like a pumpkin orange color, so that it's very, very clearly just a gaming controller. Then there's one that's like this, but it's just a flat brown and just a black color, blackish gray. This is the rarer one where it's actually got little scratches and wood grain on the handle to make it look like a real rifle. And my goodness, this thing looks gorgeous. It's very, very light, but sturdy. You know, I think that'll work well as a gun peripheral. So that's the rifle butt done. Let's get the front part out. Just need to carefully remove it from the plastic. There we go. Yeah, so clearly the Wii remote goes in there, but again, it's got nice wood grain on it, and this little connector, which I'm gonna assemble this whole thing in a second. But I found out about this from an Australian YouTuber called, I think his name is Sharky. He does all kinds of Wii gun control peripherals or multiple controllers from multiple different systems. And when I saw him assembling, he had the pumpkin orange one, and he said this one here is quite rare. So I thought when I saw it on eBay, I was like, yes, I will buy it, definitely, and hope the PAL game plays in my Wii. But what I really liked when he assembled this is, and let me set this back down again briefly, is the fact that the one disadvantage of that other gun that I have is it's hard to reach the D-pad, the A, the 1, and the 2. But with this, my hand almost completely wraps around, so I think this will be much, much better. All right, well, let's assemble this thing. All right, so let's get the Wii remote into the front part here. So this just slides off, and there's a hole there that I can put the hand strap down into. Let's push that down so that now it's flush, and then I can just slide this up, and it's locked into place. And now that connector is into the Wii remote. This connects to the butt, and that allows all the signals to go through to the nunchuck. Let's try that out. So now I want to put the nunchuck in here. So apparently, I think the back comes off, and that's where you can feed. That connector connects to the front here. So that's where the signal all goes. So basically, I'm going to put the nunchuck in here. Oh, okay. I gotcha. The nunchuck wire is going to feed through, goes through there, and then the nunchuck will sit nicely in the stock like that. Ooh, clicks nicely into place. I will connect the wires here. Okay, and then we just bundle up all this extra cord into the rifle butt. There we go, and then just close it up. And now we have our rifle part down here. There's a button here for, I think, releasing the front when I put that on. There's also the Z and C buttons here. That is the B button, and this is also the C button for reloading. So it's just like a proper Winchester where you can reload it that way. Anyway, let's put the front on. So that's the direction. I want to do this carefully, and then, oh, there we go, there we go. There we go, and then locks into place. All right, there's the Winchester. That's a pretty sexy looking gun, I gotta say. And of course, I can put this on the front to give it the proper rifle look. There you go. Now, what I'm definitely going to do when I go to Portland is I'm going to get a black nunchuck and a black Wii remote so that it matches nicely. But here's the thing, like, that's for moving, that's for shooting, and that's now the B trigger, not the Z like with that other controller I got. That's a proper gun. It's got a nice sort of a feeling to it, and I can see myself moving around, and apparently these are also your Z and your C. I'm going to try that out in a real game in a second. That's a reload. It's pretty cool. And I can reach A quite easily. And in fact, you know what? If I'm going to try out the Medal of Honor game, and for that, I'm actually going to play it without that lid on there, so that I can go around, do all my stuff, shoot the bad guys, and I can reach these buttons very easily because my hand almost completely closes over this. This is the proper way to do this. This is actually going to work, I hope, really, really well. And it just looks cool. I mean, that is a nice looking gun peripheral, don't you think? So yeah, imagine that with a black nunchuck and a black Wii remote and no strap hanging down. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so you'll be able to shoot, reload that way. Yeah, this feels pretty good too. Like it's a little bit, it's not quite as solid feeling as that other gun peripheral I got, the other rifle. I'd put it on par with the Zapper. Yeah, it's pretty nice, and my goodness, it looks nice. All right, let's first of all, let's see if Western Heroes works on my Wii. Now, as I mentioned, it's a PAL game from Europe, so it's not going to work on my Wii, but luckily I do have the homebrew channel installed. So this is probably, as soon as I stick it into the machine, going to say, sorry man, you can't play this. But I do have a thing on the homebrew channel called GecOS, I think it is, and that allows you to play other region games. And even though this is a PAL display, GecOS does have a setting where you can actually tell it to force an NTSC signal. It might make the game run slow and choppy. I don't really know how this is going to work. It does seem like a lot of hassle for me to go through just to play Western Heroes, but to be perfectly honest, I've been looking for this as my final light gun game I want to get. With an asterisk. There's maybe one more. But this is sort of the final game that I wanted to play. This or also Gunslingers. And I have found it's really ridiculously expensive. I don't know if it's like a rare game, either version. Like Gunslingers typically goes for at least 30 bucks. It doesn't matter if it's on Amazon or eBay. I've even gone to gaming websites that certain people have recommended for used games that are, you know, not ridiculously overly expensive like eBay is. Even those guys, if they have it, it's like 30 bucks. So I don't know if Gunslingers / Western Heroes is rare, but I just thought, okay, well, since I'm going to be forking out a bit of cash to get this game, no matter what I do, unless it's in Portland, no matter what I do, this game is going to cost me a lot of money. So yeah, give me the one that has the Winchester included. I'll use the homebrew channel and GecOS to actually run Western Heroes. Let's try this out. Surprisingly, it's telling me there's no disc in there because it's a PAL game. So what I'll do is go to the homebrew channel, and I'm launching GecOS in the config options. Here you can see I can force it to play in NTSC, and that's what we've got selected. I believe this will only work on retail games. I don't think you can burn discs and have it play, so luckily that's not the case here. So let's put our Winchester back together and see if it'll play Western Heroes and if it'll play it at least reasonably at a decent frame rate. It's running, and it's running pretty good. What language would we like? Well, let's go with English. Alright, here we go. It's running smooth. No problems at all. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, no, this is great. This is running perfectly fine. And I love that reload. Now I'm going to do a proper review of this at another time. This is just to make sure this gun is actually going to be functional. But I like what I'm seeing so far, and this feels really nice with this gun. Again, I was going to be forking over major cash to play this thing no matter what. And now that I don't have to, I'm very pleased. It runs just fine using GecOS. Thank goodness. Money well spent. And I love this peripheral. Now, I guess the big question is, will this allow me to play... oh, I shot the wrong guy there. Will this allow me to play Medal of Honor Heroes with all those controls? Let's fire that up and give it a whirl. And here we go. Alright, yeah, this really feels a lot better. I like the fact that I can much easier pick up things and hit the D-pad and concentrate on just moving around and getting the game going here. This is much, much better. Quite visceral, too, with that Winchester shape. Look out, buddy. I don't want to get you. Yeah, this feels good and precise, and I like it. And I didn't have to fumble around trying to figure out how to pick up the MP40, which is by far the best weapon in this entire game. Okay. Well, I think at that point I'm going to stop, because I could just keep playing this game forever. But yeah, suffice to say, this controller really feels good. I mean, it looks a bit dumb with the white in here, and I'm going to fix that after Portland. But feels very natural. Love the fact that I can access all these, and they're very easy to do with the fingers. The nunchuck does feel pretty nice, and this isn't too much of a problem against, you know, for wrapping my head around having to use the nunchuck as well as all the other controls. And I do like the fact that the trigger is back to being B. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm very happy with my purchase. Again, I probably had to pay quite a bit more for Western Heroes, which does run fine on my homebrew channeled Wii. That's great. But I was going to be paying that anyway, and now I've got a sweet, sweet looking gun controller. And that's actually going to work well with a lot of these other more immersive games than just light gun shooters. Right. Okay, so until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.